The 360 flip has to be one of the most satisfying tricks to watch in skateboarding. I don't care if it's down a gap, into a grind, or just on flat ground. I pretty much never get tired of seeing a 360 flip. I think for skaters, it's one of those grail tricks that everybody wants to be really good at. But in my case, I suck at 360 flips. For years, I've literally learned and lost and relearned and relost and repeated that cycle over and over and over again. But all that stops today because today is day one of mastering treflips in 10 days. So at the end of this challenge, my goal is to be able to do 5 consecutive treflips, no problem. You're probably thinking to yourself, Joe, you've struggled with this trick for years. Why do you think you're gonna be able to master it in the next 10 days? Honestly, that's a valid question. So let me introduce to you my skateboarding cheat code. I call it the 4 pillars of skateboarding. So you probably saw this in my last video. I talked about the 4 key ingredients or the 4 pillars of skateboarding, that basically every skateboard trick boils down to these 4 things. And I developed a systematic way of practicing to improve each of those 4 things separately to then be able to learn the actual trick itself faster. So in this video, you're gonna follow me day by day across the 10 days as I use the 4 pillar system to go from sucking at treflips to hopefully being able to do 5 in a row. First thing we gotta do before we start working on the 4 pillars of treflips is obviously just get the legs warmed up, get feeling loose, so we're ready to work on the first pillar of treflips, which is the power. So for working on the power aspect of treflips, as you probably saw in my last video, I'm just gonna be working on 10 reps of jumping as high as I can doing the treflip motion. I honestly suck at this so bad, but I think give me 10 days. Like I said, I do suck at this. I don't have a great vertical leap. I'm not the most athletic, and that's why it's so essential for me to work on the power alone and just isolate that and improve it. I gotta do 10 balance. I'm just gonna focus on trying to keep my head between my legs, because sometimes I try and put my head over my bolts for some reason. Keep my head between my legs. For me, the balance is one of the hardest parts with this trick. I have a tendency to shoot the board out in front of me, and so keeping the board underneath me is really the hardest part for me. So what I'm doing here is I'm just focusing on keeping my head in between both of my feet, so it's not going too far forward or too far back. That one I felt my head go out in front. Just really trying to keep all my momentum stacked over my feet so that I can keep the board nice and underneath me. All right, 10 tries. How many do you think I'll get out of 10?
I think you'll maybe get like 4.
Wow, dude, you're optimistic. I reckon I might miss all 10. Hey, that's 1. Now you got me thinking I might get 4, dude.
It's called positive reinforcement.
All right, we're 50% though. 50-50 is not bad. Oh. It's encouraging, at least I landed on it. One for 5. Hey! 2 for 6?
Yep.
Dude, by the end of the 10 weeks, I gotta get 5 in a row, or 10 days. 5 in a row. You think it's possible? He nods his head yes. Oh! 3 for 8. Dude, I might get 4 for 10 like you predicted.
If you get 4, then I'm a prophet.
Just to prove you right, dude. Oh! But what if I get 5? What if I get 5? Then you're wrong. No, you're right, dude. You're right. All right, so 40%. Obviously, at the end of this, we got to be getting them consecutively in a row, but that's where we're at. Out of 10, 4. One of them felt pretty good. All right, guys, leave it in the comments below if you think I can transform my treflips in 10 days. I feel like that's a promising start. Subscribe to follow along. Make every day a Friday, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.